OKC is on the brink of a title. Indiana is desperate for a Game 7.
And we just wanted to protect home court. You know, we didn't want to see these guys celebrate a championship on our home floor.
Facing elimination, the Indiana Pacers with a dominant first half.
We got exactly what we deserve, and we have to own that.
This is a bludgeoning here in Game 6. The magic carpet ride for the Pacers is not over. They'll play for an NBA title on Sunday night.
We have one game for everything we've worked for, and so do they. The better team Sunday will win.
We mentioned it right at the beginning of the show. The Pacers just won their 10th game as an underdog in these playoffs. That ties what the Miami Heat did just 2 years ago with their improbable run from the play-in. For the most wins as an underdog in a single postseason in the last 35 years, they could break it as they are underdogs again in Game 7, which will be on Sunday night. We have much more on the finals as we continue, but we also have this enormous NBA storyline working at the same time. The Kevin Durant sweepstakes, Suns star turns 37 in September, could be traded any moment. Yesterday on McAfee, our Shams Charania laying out the scenarios that are currently in play.
The Suns know if they're going to trade Kevin Durant, they clearly have a price threshold they want met. And I had one team tell me today, it's kind of a game of chicken at this point. From the Rockets to the Heat to the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's literally one or two pieces away, either which way, that can get a deal done. But at the end of the day, one of these teams has to meet that threshold to get something done. The NBA draft is about a week away, so could this go into the NBA draft? For sure. But I don't think the Suns wanted to. I don't think the other teams wanted to. You want to get those deals done. So my understanding is they're in active conversations with those three teams specifically.
Let's be very clear. The NBA draft is Wednesday, so they don't want it to get to that. And that means we're
305 UD? 305? No? Can you comment? No comment. No comment, UD. Don't say anything.
Is he allowed to comment?
I don't know.
I'll be around.
Okay. Well, let me start with you, Jay, because of all your connections and all that kind of stuff with Kevin over the many years. Like, what is your sense of where Shams is giving us is certainly making it feel as though, no, he's accurately reporting that this thing is imminent.
Yes.
What are we hearing?
Well, first off, I think that the largest thought on the topic is that the value that the league signals for KD is not the value that KD and his team have for himself currently, right? And I think the market has kind of been a little bit dropped down, but okay, like, hey, this is the reality of what the KD trade value really is. So now you have the three teams that want to play in that realm. I still say I think Minnesota is the right fit for him because of how he can play alongside with Anthony Edwards. The reason why it's imminent, Greeny, you have to get this done now. This is the maximum value you're going to get for KD, and you cannot risk, for as much as KD likes to hoop in the offseason and work out, you cannot risk an injury. Because if there's an injury at the age of 37, his value then goes down. You have to trade him now. You have to.
I see you nodding along, Udonis. To whatever degree you are allowed to comment, what are your thoughts on this?
I definitely think, I agree with JWill. I think it's something that you want to get done early. You want to definitely get them in the locker room. You want to get them around your guys. And I look at all those different teams, and I look at what Houston was able to do last year, having a fourth-ranked defense. I look at, how far Minnesota was able to go the last couple years, and also look at the locker room of the Miami Heat. And I'm honest, all of those situations could work. I think it's really going to come down to what Kevin Durant wants to do, and also what is the extension going to look like. You don't want to get him for just 1 year. You don't want to just gamble for 1 year. You want to put in a situation where you have a good 2-3 year window to win the championship. So all those young teams and all those teams have culture. All those teams have good coaching. So there's a situation where a guy like Kevin Durant could just come in and be Kevin Durant and hoop, and doesn't have to have the pressure of being the leader and all those different things. He just beats Kevin Durant. He beats 50 from the field, 40 from three, and 90 from the free throw line, and just be himself. Yeah, see, I'm stuttering a little bit because I don't want to talk too much about the Heat. I gotta be careful. I gotta tiptoe.
I hear you. No, listen, Keith, we did the essay the other day. There's only one player ever to average 25 points on 50-40 shooting for 3 consecutive seasons. That player is KD, and that streak is active. Like, it's the last 3 years. He is not slowing down. Reports of his demise have been greatly exaggerated. So with that thought in mind, Keith, what should happen here? What are you watching for on KD in the next day or two?
I'm just watching for where he go. If you ask me, but first let me shout out my OG. Let me say what's up to my OG because I didn't get a chance to start off this segment. OG, what's the deal, man? How you doing?
I'm good to see you on this side, man. It's all right over here.
Yeah, it's all right. Secondly, I'm going with the Heat, man. I think, my personal opinion, right? Playing for Spoelstra, and this is not a knock on the other coaches that I've played for, but the little bit of games that I played there, it was the best brand of basketball that I have played in my career, right? And I think KD goes over there, and he's going to be the scorer they need to get over the hump, right? Miami never really has the big name guys, other than obviously, 2011 and those years. They still make it work, right? And KD's going to go over there and fit into a culture that has a bunch of young guys playing hard. You go over there and make the trio of him, Bam, and Tyler. And I think, being in the East is wide open. They can get something done over there.
The shamelessness of Udonis is not lost on any of us. Alan.
Is it tampering if you just do a thumbs up? I don't think so. Look, if you look at the three situations, it's really what does Kevin Durant want? Because the best situation to win and win big is Minnesota, especially pairing him up with Anthony Edwards. If you put him in Houston, he might be asked to be a leader. Is that really what you want to do? It's a very young team, although Ime Udoka and he have a great relationship, and they just took care of Udoka for long term. Miami is a very interesting one because, number one, you get back east. Is there an easier road to success in the Eastern Conference? And we all know what these guys both talked about, heat culture and the difference it can make for a player at his age.
All right.
I'm on fire. It's NBA,